না 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 এর সরিয়ে দিচ্ছি। শ্রী গুরুভ্যো নমঃ হরিঃ ওম। সহনা ভবতু সহনৌ ভুনক্তু সহ বীর্যং করবাবহৈ তেজস্বিনাবধীতমস্তু মা বিদ্বিষাবহৈ। ওম শান্তি 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 হরিঃ ওম। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय आविराविर्मयेधि। ओम शांति 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 हरिः ओम। Dear friends, as we know, we are celebrating the centenary of the Vedanta Society of Portland. We invited Swamiji and he has kindly consented and came here. This is the second lecture, second visitor. Lecture will be more. And Swamiji is not new to us, he is very known to all of us. Swami Aparananda ji Maharaj joined the Ramakrishna order in 1956, and he received his sannyasa in the year 1966. He is very senior. See, like next year he'll be celebrating 70 years of his monastic life. So, Maharaj, congratulations. As you know, he was born in East Bengal, now Bangladesh, that undivided India. That was in 1933. So that way also, as in 90s, 92 years old. So very senior Swamiji. And before coming to the USA, he was in charge of Mauritius. Then he joined our Hollywood Center. He came as assistant, and then in charge of our Berkeley Center from May 1st, 1985 to June 2014. It's a long, about 30 years, 31 years. No, 29 years, so sorry. So, monks are like spring. They roam about, they go to various places, they kindle our spiritual light and inspire us. And especially on this centenary celebration, I'd request Swamiji to bless us and also he present his talk today and bless all of us. Pranam Maharaj.
Thank you. Zoom down, elected, okay. All right. Om Sahanayavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahabijam Karavavai Tejasvinabodhitamastu ma viddhishabhoi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Divine Self protect the preceptor and the student of truth. May the Lord nourish our souls with the nectar of eternal truth. May the Supreme Being grant us spiritual strength. May our studies be fruitful in realizing the Eternal One. May love and harmony dwell amongst us. May peace reside there in all and flow over the whole universe. And may they always exist in all. Peace, real peace alone. Om, peace, peace, peace to all living beings. So devotees and friends, so I'm here again. Swami has told so many adjectives about me. But in religious life or spiritual life, those adjectives have no value. So anyhow, nowadays the trend is that the member, devotees and other people like to know about something of the spiritual life. So anyhow, my relation with Vedanta Society of Portland is not new. Since a long time. So, since 1978, I've been coming here, and Swami Aparananda Maharaj was very kind to receive me, not only me, all the monastery members also, including devotees also. And later on also I used to come again in here. Lately, Swami Chandrasekharananda is very kind to me. In the month of April I visited, and then I had to go back. And then I remember telling him that if I get the opportunity, I may come again. So 2-3 days ago, suddenly I thought that this is the best time to visit Portland Center and then to visit Seattle also. The Vedanta Society of Western Washington, Seattle also. So I called Swami Chandrasekharananda. He's very kind enough. He said, okay, please come. And since a long time, he has been in charge of the Vedanta Society of Portland and all these things. I have maintained a very friendly and close relation with him. And I find whenever I say anything, means if I make any request to him, he always says yes. He never says no. But other swamis may say, before I complete my sentence, they may say over my face, no. He is kind and lovable Swami, Chandrasekharananda. And one good thing with him, he's a good singer. His voice, sweet voice. I love to hear his devotional song. In any language, Bengali, Hindi, even also he knows Western song, music also. I mean, in that respect, it is we call it a special quality, a sweet voice is called. So anyhow, I agreed to give a talk. He said, what subject? I said that on Upanishad. Which one? Kathaopanishad. Everyone nowadays speak about Kathaopanishad. So it will be talk on Kathaopanishad. That means whatever little I know about religious life, spiritual life, I can tell you. So anyhow, in spiritual life, what is needed is called Shraddha. Shraddha is translated as faith or belief in higher reality. But actually, it is something else. Something else, Shraddha. It is a self-generating power. So in the Kathaopanishad we find the young, this is called the spiritual seeker, Nachiketa is called, was sitting near the place where his father was performing a Vedic sacrifice, it is called usually. But somehow or other, Shraddha Abhivesha, Shraddha entered into the being of Nachiketa. Immediately, he was a transformed person. I mean, the faith and belief in the existence of the higher reality immediately began to activate in his life. And later on, we find that if there is no Shraddha for higher life, for higher reality, even for our day-to-day life, what is called affairs also, then life becomes little, what is called, not tolerable that in that respect. It takes a person here and there, everywhere, no control on all these things. So what is this Shraddha? In the Yoga system of Patanjali, it is said that in one aphorism, that how Shraddha, a faith or belief that would help a spiritual seeker to find out the truth. And there are different steps. It's called stages of evolution of spiritual life. Not the mind, the spiritual life is called evolution. And what does this yoga system explain? That Shraddha, first steps. So, in simple meaning we know, everybody knows, understand. Love, respect for the higher life, for a spiritual person, Shraddha. In the teachings of great Buddha, we find how to generate Shraddha into the being of a person. So it may be activated within a person's life. Activated within a person's life. So the great Buddha used to teach all the seekers after truth different types of meditation. That means focusing the forces of the mind on a particular subject. It should be interested. That is the most important thing. If it is not interested, the mind may not like to continue it for a long time. So you see what? First it says that have great respect for all the holy people of the world. If you can meditate on the hearts of the holy people of the world, then you meditate on the different aspects of cosmic life. Now, what is this? Meditate on the pains, on the sufferings of humanity. People can do. You cannot find a person in the world who is totally free from pain or suffering. It comes in various ways, not only in one way. Various ways. But the effect comes in the experience of suffering, miseries, pains and all these things. You know in the Bhagavad Gita, how the Bhagavad Gita started, the story of pain, delusion, confusion, Arjuna. Huh? It is so great that when the divine teacher telling him that you get up, you are the great hero, you are the most important and the powerful warrior of the world. And now you are behaving like what is called that a miserable person, most miserable person of the world. But then the influence of that power of, we call it Mahamaya. Mahamaya. It was so great that this great person, so courageous person, a great warrior, never fear death. But then fear abhivesha. In the life of Nachiketa, Shraddha abhivesha. But in the life of Arjuna, fear, delusion entered. And fortunately, the Lord was very kind. So the Buddha was introducing this kind of meditation. To meditate on the cosmic pain, cosmic suffering of the humanity. Next is, if you can meditate on the joyousness, contentment that exists within the heart of all humanity. And nowadays, this kind of meditation, no one can object. And later on, when, through the process of evolution of the human mind, the Lord Buddha will see their minds are making sufficient progress in their spiritual life, then he will teach higher type of meditation and all these things. However, question is that the Shraddha plays a most important role. And according to us, this is the beginning and the end of spiritual life. Shraddha. I remember hearing this word Shraddha, faith and belief in the higher truth is called, in the higher ideal, for example, in the existence of divine reality. From one of our senior most person of our organization, Swami Aparananda was there. He said, Shraddha. He used to tell that if you have this Shraddha, you are safe. If there is no Shraddha, you may be richest person. You may be a very successful person and all these things. But then you will lose the other truth of your life. Means faith in spiritual reality, in divine reality, for example. So that's Shraddha is called. So in the yoga system of Patanjali, so it is said it is the only method of getting the state of samadhi of the human mind. That Shraddha, first state. You must have love. In modern time, we explain it in a little different way. Because the Shraddha cannot become a self-generating power in our life. It is not so easily. For nowadays, what is happening? People are good. They have sometimes have sufficient faith and love for the higher truth. But then if something goes wrong, finished. So that is why he said that if there is how to retain the power of Shraddha in our life, it is called. You have to follow the instruction of our spiritual teacher. You may give up all other good thoughts, all other good teachings from your life because of environmental, influence, but not the words of your spiritual teacher. This is the last one. You cannot, because the words or the instruction or the inspiration that one gets from a spiritual teacher is the word of divine reality, working through a particular body and mind. So you cannot keep it up. So even if you fall in any bad situation of life and all these things, you cannot do this thing. Then it will help you to develop the other qualities or the virtues that are needed for the experience of the divine reality. It's called build your mental strength. Smriti, remembering God all the time. Otherwise, it's called. Then samadhi, concentrated state of the mind. Then pragya. It is translated as, called that, a form of unspeakable knowledge which cannot be explained, but it works within the mind or heart of a person, of a spiritual seeker. It's called pragya, it is called knowledge. Knowledge of a subject. We know today that how modern time, the physical science is so highly developed, it's called. So there are so many subjects we know. So we get the knowledge of those different subjects. Exactly same way, the knowledge about the existence of divine reality, it becomes very strong. And what we call replanted, you can say, or implanted within your soul. So no power, no other power can deprive of that feeling in your life. It is not possible, it's called. So Shraddha must be maintained in our life and all this called. And once this Shraddha comes, we are able to overcome all other problems of the spiritual life. So many difficulties, so many facts that will be working in our life. Today we find it. So many good people, good souls, they cannot retain all the good thoughts, the higher thoughts all the time, it's called. So, this is called this Shraddha, it's called the words of the spiritual seeker. I used to attend Asanda Swamiji's talk many times here and all this. So, all the time people would hear towards the end of his life that his memories of all the reminiscences of the great souls of our orders, Swami Brahmananda Maharaj, Holy Mother, Swami Sharadananda, Mahapurush Maharaj, and all these things. So that worked in his life all the time. So what will happen, you see, because he was living about Asanda Swamiji always I speak something because we used to discuss about his life with Swami Shantarupananda. Shantarupananda, you know that he was living for a long time. Unfortunately, Divine Mother has taken him away. So he was in, he was what is called, master degree in philosophy of Calcutta University, quite intelligent. And he had the capacity to study other people also, their way of thinking, their way of working, and movement of life, he had that. And he had seen many great souls in India. There, Swami Shantananda Maharaj, and many other souls also is there. He was telling me about Swami Aparananda, that he had seen the life of a Swami, like Swami Aparananda, that in a society like the Western society, to live a life of spiritual truth all the time. We call it monastic life, monastic vow, virtues and all these things. But then life is very important, is called that he was able to live that life all the time. 50 years about. Sandrupananda had seen the many other senior monks of the Ramakrishna order also. He said that be frank with you, there are only few souls, few swamis are able to live lifelong that kind of what is called life and spiritual life undisturbed. So I also I have also seen him, and I have seen also some of the other monks in India also. Also, somebody wonderful. I mean, I have been living here 35 years. I know the problem of living what is called a true follower of truth in this society. Almost impossible all the time. It is a very powerful society. Hundreds of power influences are working in human life all the time. Whatever a person may boast of his knowledge or all these things, all are carried away by all the influences of the society here. Very powerful society, very good people, very powerful people, intellectual people and all these things. They are the inventor. Swami Vivekananda said, it is a wonderful society. People are very wonderful here. He found this thing. On the surface level, there would be always some changes. It's different criteria. Other thing is the monastic life, monastic ideal, a spiritual life, spiritual ideal, spiritual truth, to follow life long, without caring for the environment, caring for what is going on the other. How many influences are coming in life, facing everything. What I saw. It's a lifelong, very strict life. Food, very simple food and all these things. And total dependence on the Divine Mother. Divine Mother. And one good thing was about Aparananda Swami said, he associated with several knowers of truth of the Ramakrishna organization, mean the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, like Swami Brahmananda Maharaj, Swami Sharadananda, Swami Baburam Maharaj, Premananda Maharaj also, then the Mahapurush Maharaj, Shivananda Maharaj, then Hari Maharaj, Swami Turiyananda Ji, who lived in this country also. And in this, I mean, who was in charge of Shanti Ashram. It is called he saw. And lifelong, he followed their ideals. So that is why the Shraddha is very important. That once, I will say that our mental tendencies are well implanted upon some higher ideal and higher truths. It cannot be disturbed. No other influences can have any effect on that. That is called the Shraddha, love for ideal, higher ideal, all this called. Now we see people, hundreds of people of that time, but they love the country. That is why the country flourished, we find it. In spiritual life, it is all individual also, Shraddha. Then vidya, mental strength comes. So then our mind will not be affected by all the other influences and all these things. Then smriti, memory, we are able to remember God all the time. When I heard the story, when Swami Ramakrishna, who gave up his entire life in South India, and then it was he who was responsible for establishing the important centers in South India. It was there. Swami Maharaj is there. So because of Swami Maharaj, Holy Mother visited South India and spent so much time. And then in different places, Holy Mother visited also, it's called. Holy Mother was responsible for our Bangalore center. The room where she stayed for 3 nights, that has become the shrine today. And that became the center of powers. What is called Shraddha? I told you, center of powers. Hundreds of people, if you go there, they are meditating, sitting there. It does not mean their mind would become absorbed totally on divine consciousness, but then love, respect, and ideal for that. The Holy Mother stayed in that place 3 nights. In that shrine, became a shrine. So in Madras Mott and other places, also Madurai, she visited Madurai and all these things. And then you remember that one, you can say, a good a picture of Holy Mother in the campus of Bangalore and all these things. She was there, so then she went to see a temple. By this time, so many devotees were assembled there to show their respect to the Holy Mother. The mother, and with the mother was there a young brahmachari. He was the disciple of Holy Mother, it's called Swami Vishuddhananda Maharaj. So he told this story that the mother, when man returned, at that time it was a horse-drawn cart. So as mother was getting down, horse-drawn cart and all this, just she was standing on the ground and all this time. All the people in South Indian tradition, it's called Shastanga, pranam, in our Indian tradition, there are varieties of pranam. Varieties of pranam. So one is the accepted one. Everyone will do it. Once they will go to the shrine, we also see as that how we lie down on the floor. It's called Shastanga Pranam also. Say all, about 500 devotees about, all had fallen on the ground doing pranam. Immediately, Holy Mother stopped. And like a goddess, giving blessing to all the people, she raised her hand. It's called boon, giving boon as we call. And in that state, she was there for a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes in this there. And absolute silence was maintained. Absolute silence. This is what you can say, that for the upliftment of the religious virtue, religious truth, religious culture, the divine being, divine soul, whom we call the incarnation of God, for example, would be born and help mankind about the rousing of divine consciousness, is called divine consciousness. So here come the basic questions of our spiritual life or religious life also, for example. That how do we always look upon the life? It's a very important question nowadays. When I was in Berkeley area, one professor, a lady professor, would come and ask me this question. They tell me, what is the purpose of life, living in the world? She was highly educated, highly educated professor. So at that time, I mean that we studied Vivekananda's teachings, divinity of the soul. So I told that it is about the divinity of the soul. That the divine soul must be roused, must be touched. In the Patanjali Yoga system, it is called Ridambara Sattva. There are so many truths that is not yet touched. And in modern time, the science, modern science, the gross matter, we have no idea what a power, what energy it contains, for example. So the modern science has begin bringing out the truths of the physical world and all these things. And a certain thing about the idea, about the oneness of existence. A material power, you can say. That is the basis of all kinds of forces and power, according to them. According to us, it is the spiritual consciousness, divine consciousness. Swami Vivekananda in one lecture he said, what you call matter, material energy, and all this, all-pervading material energy, we call it consciousness. It is called. Now, in order to reach consciousness, divine consciousness, the way today you find great discussion about the consciousness. There's so many opinions on this. It is not like that. It is called the existence, absolute existence. It's the reality, it is called it. It's the reality, absolute existence is called it. That is the God consciousness is called. Consciousness. It is the basis of every form of existence, sentient or insentient. How to know this thing, how to reach that state. So it's called Shraddha. Shraddha in the truth, Shraddha in oneself. So I can do anything, everything. And it's called. In the Kathaopanishad, I said earlier, that the talk on Kathaopanishad is a very, you can say, modern thoughts. When you study the other, what is called the Upanishad, you feel a little problem. We used to feel that problem, even today also. We don't understand many of the teachings of the Upanishad. The moment we open the book, I don't understand. But Kathaopanishad is very helpful to us. Modern thoughts. That I want to know ultimate nature of the truth. Spiritual truth, divine consciousness. Very nice. So I become very serious about that. What will be my next step? To find out the teacher, Acharya. So in the Kathaopanishad it's called Jamo. Name is called Jamo. In our Indian tradition, the word Jamo means not so good. It's called God of death. We don't like. But in the Upanishad, you can find the real meaning of the word king of death. King of death means controller of the cosmic reality. Because he is the God of death, he will take away all the souls away. So he is a controller. Controller means he is a knower of truth. What we call Brahmajnani. That he has the profound knowledge of universal divine consciousness. See, that is why he was a great teacher. So Nachiketa, at the moment, his life, his mind became so serious, he found out Jamo. Went there and asking question. Seeing this young, it is called the spiritual a seeker or aspirant, the teacher, the Acharya, the Yama became very happy. Very happy. But here comes our life. So we may be learned, we have also have gone to the university, get educated on particular subject also, different subject also. This is your life, for example. So naturally, we love to find out something that will be useful to me, what's called profession. I want to become a profession, not professor, profession. A life that will help me to make me happy, to make me, live a nice life, gentle life, and pure life in the world. I want to do it, it's called. That is called important. So that is what I am doing it, it's called. Going there and finding out we call it facing the realities of life. What type of facts we face in our everyday life. So much influences, so many things, we know it. It's called the decent life also, expected to be well settled in life, for example. So we face. But if I am to know the divine truth, I am to fall back. So Kathaopanishad teaches us that the self-evident truth, universal, we can say divine reality, the divine reality, the basis of all forms of existence, it is called, existence, has created the sense organs, the organs of knowledge, the organ of perception, with outward tendency. So when when the baby is born and all this thing, so his feeling is, where have I come? It's called, the philosophical interpretation. A baby is born, why the baby cries and all these things? Because he was in another level of plane of existence, for example. So he was asking, where have I come? And all, unknown and all these things. Anyhow, so as the intellect becomes, more evolved and all these things, powers of perception begin to work in the life, for example. So what has happened? All the object is perception. So there are 5 organs of knowledge. All the time we are getting that knowledge all the time. So with the help of that knowledge, power of the knowledge, we find that some great souls have been able to unfold the mystery of the physical world. We call them scientists. It's a fact, it is true. But what about our actual, what is called, the true nature of our existence, what we call the divine spirit, divinity of the soul. As I told, that professor will say that, what is the goal of life? It is true. Because she was a great professor, she was a master of a particular subject. So when we push or place before her the divine life, existence, divine existence, we say that Anandam, infinite bliss and all these things. These are mere words to her. But then slowly, gradually, she understood the relation between the individual soul and the Father of all souls. Between one soul to the other soul also. Actually, intellectually she understood. And later she became a follower of truth, is called. Every night before she goes to bed, she reads the gospel. About half an hour, she reads the gospel. Then she will go to bed, sleep, bed, all this. So that habit, she has developed, it is called Shraddha Abhivesha. The Shraddha entered into the being of that person. It's called that. So next is called facing the realities of life. You and I, everybody is facing. I may be boasting of I'm a religious person, but you are already well established in society, in social life, for example. Same facts we are facing, it is called. So Nachiketa also was facing. So the teacher was presenting before him the social life, the life of the world. So this is the life of the world I offer it. Don't disturb me asking about all these silly questions. What is the true nature of the divine soul, divine spirit, and all these things? It is no meaning to you. So I have a power because I am the governor of the present, what is called the cosmic life, cosmic intelligence. I have power. I offer you anything you want in life. Comfort, power, enjoyment, luxury life, everything. Even you can enjoy the heavenly happiness, where the damsels will be dancing before you, singing beautiful song all the time. What is called, the presenting before you what you want, any kind of joyousness, or enjoyment, you can say. I offer you, don't ask me. We are facing, be frank with you, any or every of you, these facts of life. Why we are facing, that is the question. Swami Vivekananda said, why all the silly things are happening in the universe? There is no explanation. We say God has created. How does He create all these things? We have no answer. Only a few words we know from the Upanishad, that much. But we know one thing, how to reach the Lord. That we know. That other people also can find it out. How to reach the truth, that we know. So, that you follow the yoga, you follow the religious life, you follow the spiritual life. Human mind will react. In the Mundaka Upanishad, thousands of years ago, it told frankly about the human life. All the knots of the heart are cast asunder. All the thoughts that are accumulated within the depth of the human heart, human life, are scattered. Then all the doubts are resolved. I'm a what is called a believer in religious life and all this. If something goes wrong within me, doubts come. Doubts come. Even Vivekananda, when he had a very bad time in life, very, very, really bad time, we could not, what is called, survive. that bad period of Vivekananda, we could not do. He was a great believer in Lord. He was a great meditator and all these things. But then, bad time when comes, we have to face the realities of life. So, he was thinking deeply. I pray every day to God. I am a follower of truth. I am an honest person. I am a follower of truth. All the time I am a follower of truth. I follow truth and I pray to the Lord all the time. But no answer. No relief of the problem that I am facing it now. Then, after all, he was a, incarnation, also a prophet. So one day, all the doubts are removed. As the Upanishad tells us, all the doubts are resolved. All the doubts are resolved. His mind became a very peaceful state. He got all the answer of the problems of the life. And immediately he decided what to do, to follow the path of virtues. Then he immediately remembered, after the contact with his teacher, Sri Ramakrishna, that the experience of the spiritual truth in various degrees that he had all remember this memory. What the Patanjali system says, Smriti, memory, and our the Vedantic, what is called the teacher, the Shankaracharya says, Smriti. That Smriti means where the experience of the divine consciousness can be got or attained in the memory. It's called memory. It's called. So usually, generally, when you know our memory doesn't want to function, except a few people, they're really highly skilled, talented people. A few, it's called. But in other cases, that we have to pass through all the different stages of life. These are facts of life. So the young, what is called the spiritual seeker, Nachiketa, had to face. I'm giving you everything, all powers and all these things. Later on, amongst our friends, we used to discuss that suppose if the Lord comes and offers all the comforts of your life, all the powers, what will you do? First I shall enjoy it. And later on I shall thinking of Brahman and Divine Mother, meditation, later on. At least something available right now. So Vivekananda also, he had to reject. Then he remembered all the best things, Shraddha. Shraddha in higher life. His contact with his teacher, Sri Ramakrishna. What he felt about spirit figure. Immediately he decided that my life is destined for other purpose. It is true to all our people. That we have another goal of life, it is called. A goal of life. Strength will come. And now the question is, as I mentioned to you about the famous teaching of the Mundaka Upanishad, that all the accumulated impressions, deep-rooted impressions and all the, how many ages, how many births we had, all these things, all are sitting there and waiting, according to the modern psychologists also, unconscious. So they are waiting for you. And you don't know, you think that I'm a good person, no disturbance and all these things. Suddenly you find all disturbances. One young brahmachari in Benares was staying with Swami Hari Maharaj, Turiyananda Maharaj. So one day he called him, look, you should devote yourself more time in the thought of the Lord. Pray to the Lord and all these things. He said, why? I'm fine. I find that my mind is okay. No, he said, no. Something waiting for in your mind to come up. It will disturb you. Young man, who will hear all this? He did not follow Holy Maharaj's Turiyanda Swami's instruction. So after some time, after a few days, really suddenly his mind became very disturbed. All sorts of odd thoughts have come up. And he did not know what to do. However, the Lord of Brahmagani was there, Turiyanda Swamiji. The Turiyanda Swamiji then instructed him what to do and all these things. So he saved. In the life of Holy Mother also it is there. Two friends, they used to go to Holy Mother. Holy Mother used to love them very much. Very much. And one day, Holy Mother told one of the friends that you don't mix your friends anymore. Why? My friend has helped me to come to you. Why? You don't understand. He will be the cause of great disturbances in your life in future. So don't mix with him much. So get yourself little away. These are the teachers. But he did not listen. The other young people who were living with the Holy Mother at that time, knew all this. And found, he said that after some time, his friend made his life disturbed. Very much, very bad, all these things. Put him into in a state of disturbances all this time. Getting problem all the time. Yeah, so this is called the Shraddha, to follow the teachings of the teacher. It's called. It is individualized. It is all individualized, it is called. Individualized on this thing. So this what we find in the what is called Nachiketa's life. He said that no, I don't want. I want only one. One thing I want from you, knowledge of my divine soul. Question is that from the time of creation in human mind, the doubts are always working about afterlife. About afterlife. Maybe everyone, everybody is called. Same thing, same problem. We are facing the facts of life. What is the real truth of this life, for example? I mean, spiritually speaking, awareness of divine consciousness. That is the question. So Nachiketa asking straight away. There, in human mind from the time of creation, the doubt is working. What happens to the spirit that is working with the physical body? When it leaves the physical body, what happens? This is the mystery of life. We know. Then the teacher became very happy, Jama, that I like to have spiritual seeker more like you. Then he explained. First he explained about that where does it exist? So the Buddhists say the same soul exists within the heart of the living beings. That is it exists all the time. But no prakashate, it is not revealed. So we become very, what is called egoistic, you can say. We become knower of everything. We know everything. We know everything. So in the Kathaopanishad, the same question was raised by one spiritual seeker. So please teach me that truth. By knowing, everything can be known. Nachiketa also put the same question. So this is the most important problems of human existence. What is the nature of the force? It is all material force, or material power. That's what you read nowadays. Brain and all these things. And they're disturbing the young mind. Oh, horrible. They're teaching in the school level now about the brain and all these things. Not the other side of the air. The spiritual side. It's called love all people, help other people, all these things. You are the blessed soul. Not like that is called. So this Nachiketa's question was like that. That is the real mystery of life for every being. Whether he may be the what is called governor of all the creation for the time being, he has to go away one day, a time factor. But then in human evolution, the awareness of the divine consciousness is available. That is called Shraddha. It's called Shraddha. So the teachings here, I told you that the Jama, the teacher, told that know it for truth, that the same divine soul exists within all living beings in the heart. That is their real existence. All these things. But not prakashate. It is not revealed. This is the mystery. This is the mystery of life. all fear comes, uncertainty of life is, in life it comes only because of that. So here you find the solution is called. Yes, it can be seen. The teacher said, it can be seen. Well, how? Make your inner life really calm and quiet. Mean become indrawn. Become little indrawn. You can do it. You have the power. Indrawn is called, become the intent is called. It's called buddhi, the faculty of knowledge, the faculty of understanding, buddhi. So when the buddhi is the knowledge itself. In Upanishad, those who follow the path of knowledge, Jnana Yogi, all their problem is how to reach the faculty of knowledge, buddhi is called, to make it very calm, it is called serene. And then all the dots must be clean, all must gone away. So the Upanishad is teaching us that buddhi exists within you. So buddhi is the very, you can say, close to the divine consciousness, very close to divine consciousness. So how? Make it clean. Mean by following some spiritual path. When it is clean, you will know there will be you can see the truth. Next question is, who told you? He said, Shukko Dasme. The souls who have realized the truth have told it. And today we find those who follow the path of knowledge, they understand about their faculty of intelligence. That intellectualism is very helpful in one way. On the other way, it creates problem. So this is what we find. And I take another minute to you. Vivekananda's life, like a Nachiketa approaching the teacher. His first visit to his teacher, Sri Ramakrishna. Very interesting. What did young Vivekananda discover in Sri Ramakrishna's life during his first visit? A really a spiritual person, truthful, then childlike simplicity, and then love. That this man does all his daily work, talking to the people, instructing them, dancing, and entering into the samadhi state, it is because of his love for humanity. He discovered it. Then, of course, his teacher asked young Vivekananda that, can you sing a devotional song to me? He said that I don't know much devotional song, but I know one or two to sing. That famous, the famous song, that he sang there. What is that? Mon cholo nije dekhe. Oh my mind, go back to your own abode. That is what Nachiketa wanted to do, is it not? Wanted to know the truth. So he asking. So that song is now very famous. Every day thousands of people sing that song. And our Swami was a good singer. If you ask him, he can sing for you. Beautiful way. Mon chalo dekhe. It's beautiful. When we read about this thing, we are very much impressed. Very impressed. So these are some of the what's called the teachings of the Kathaopanishad I told you and all these things. And religious life and spiritual life is a fact of life. And once you take interest in your higher truth, for example, try to follow it. That is what Swami Brahmananda Maharaj used to teach others, to all people, even the householder and all these things. So whatever little you have learned about your spiritual life, try to retain it lifelong. You will find later on that the divine reality will be revealed to you. That is what we find in the life of Sri Ramakrishna also. And Holy Mother, our Swami Aparananda Swamiji, I remember he used to say, it is Holy Mother's place. Where the ladies stay, Holy Mother house and all these things. And that means bringing that culture, the spiritual culture, religious culture, all the time to others. So thank you very much, I am very grateful to Swami Chandrasekhar, as I told you that whenever I make any request to him, he never says no. And other Swami will point blank will say over my face, no. So thank you very much. Om Tapgadam Sarvadharma Sarupine Avatar. So keep contact with this center, it will be very helpful. Today afternoon, I am to go to Seattle.
So Maharaj, we are very grateful for your teachings and also instruction that we should follow in our lives, whatever we have heard. Now, I have a little pleasant work.
Sing this song.
No.
Why not?
No, just one.
Yeah, this opportunity.
No, we have already set. And Haimanti. See, these people are fed up with me.
Okay, two sentences.
Okay, so Haimanti, new singer will sing.
Yeah.
But I have a little...
Previously, Toby used to say,
Yeah.
So you do in Bengali, what is that?
No, Haimanti will sing. Okay, Haimanti is a very good singer.
I don't know, she knows or not.
Uh-huh. But before that, I have a pleasant duty.
Okay.
That is to offer our respect and love to revered Maharaj. Also, we have decided to honor our elderly devotees, those who contributed and still contributing for the upkeeping of this center, serving in various ways. So 1, 2, like this, we'll honor. So today, after Maharaj, then I'll request Kathy to come forward to receive a little loving gift from us.
What is this? Huh? I am an old man, I don't need all this.
This is the traditional way, Maharaj. A little more something is there, say like a memento, and there's some diary, and also okay.
All right, then finish.
Kathy?
Next photo, yeah.
She's a long-term devotee and also even still offers her services here.
Oh, thank you so much.
So, what am I to do?
Come forward.
Come here, we will stand it.
I will sit and sing.
Hi. What?
I cannot sing Monchala Nijo Niketane, but I will sing a small hymn on Holy Mother. It's a song paying tribute to Holy Mother Sharda Devi. I think you all know this, so you can also sing with me. Ananta Rupini Ananta Gunavati Ananta Namni Girije Ma Ananta Rupini Ananta Gunavati Ananta Namni Girije Ma Shiva Hrinmohini Vishwavilasini Shiva Hrinmohini Vishwavilasini Rama Krishna Jaya Daini Ma Ananta Rupini Ananta Gunavati Ananta Namni Girije Ma Jagat Janani Trilokapalini Vishwasubhasini Shubhade Ma Jagat Janani Trilokapalini Vishwasuhasini Shubhade Ma Durgati Nashini Sanmati Daini Durgati Nashini Sanmati Daini Bhoga Moksha Sukha Karini Ma Ananta Rupini Ananta Gunavati Ananta Namni Girije Ma Parame Parvati Sundari Bhagavati Durge Bhamati Tvam Ma Parame Parvati Sundari Bhagavati Durge Bhamati Tanme Ma Prasidha Matar Nagendra Nandini Prasidha Matar Nagendra Nandini Chirashukhadaini Jayade Ma Ananta Rupini Ananta Gunavati Ananta Namni Girije Ma Shiva Hrinmohini Vishwavilasini Shiva Hrinmohini Vishwavilasini Rama Krishna Jaya Daini Ma Ananta Rupini Ananta Gunavati Ananta Namni Girije Ma.
So thank you very much. And I don't know why, why Swami was telling that I am 92 plus something and all this thing. And
But please keep coming, Maharaj. Have blessings.
so, yeah. I love this place, and the Swamis also.